3 years ago, I made this rat, and I made a video about making the rat. If you want to watch the whole video, it's linked up here. But today we're going to paint this rat, but we're not going to use it with brushes and tubes in the normal way of painting stuff. Instead, I bought these Artesia acrylic markers. I bought them. They didn't send them to me. They're not a freebie, so this is not an ad. I just thought it would be fun to try them out. I've never played with them before. I've never used them. I'm just going to take them out of the box and paint this rat. Let's see what happens. Woof. That is some rough paint, man. That's not great. I'm not getting a good spray out of my... That's a rough looking primer job if ever I saw one. Holy moly. It's not priming, it's spitting. That's what I get for using old spray cans. That'll work out just fine. I'll just hit it with some sandpaper and it'll be beautiful. Well, I gotta say, the paint came out a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna, but anytime you prime something, you're gonna reveal flaws. So let's get to sanding and see if we can fix some of the little rough areas. Sometimes it's helpful to wrap your sandpaper around a stick. Give yourself a little more support when you're, especially when you're doing areas like this. They're rounded and filleted anyway. That allows you to bear down a little harder and sand faster. Don't forget, very often a blade can do a better job of smoothing than sandpaper. Scraping is an incredibly effective way to sculpt and smooth. So now let's hit him with a coat of acrylic gesso. It's cold in the shop, so a hairdryer will really speed this process along. Okay, let's see if I can get these pins to work. Lots of shaking and baking, but all right, here we go. Ah, look at that. It works pretty good. Like I said, I have never used paint pens before. This is all new territory to me, so it'll be real interesting to see what kind of quality we can get out of them. I think maybe I should just shut up for a couple of minutes and paint and see what happens. Before I apply too much paint to the sculpture, I thought it would be a good idea to see how these paints work. It's always a good idea to do a little bit of testing, especially when you're deep into the unknown. On the ultramarine blue strip on the left, you can see that I scratched back into the paint while it was still wet, and that worked out surprisingly nicely. And then I wanted to see how opaque the white was, especially when drawn on top of a dark color, and that worked out pretty nicely. All in all, I'm really pleased with the opacity and the workability of this paint as it comes out of the tube. The black paint is nice and rich and has great coverage, but I found it didn't scratch off very well. It just stained the paper too much. But other than that, it covers really well and is really opaque. He is looking pretty cute. I'm really pleased with them. I like the way he came out. I like the pens. They were a lot of fun to use. Very direct, very simple way of working. Leaves nice marks. Yeah, I'm going to be using them in the future. No doubt about that. Hey, if you like this video, watch this video next. And to everyone who supports the channel, thanks so much. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.